Hey, this is Brian Kurtz coming back at you with another special edition episode of our short sale show, which we're entitling Short Refinance Bootcamp, where we're giving you all the insider information that you need to make great decisions about whether or not you want to enter into a short refinance negotiation either by yourself or with a professional helping you out so that you can reduce the amount of money that you owe against your home, bring it back into an affordable range, and not have to worry about losing it to foreclosure because you can't afford the payments. All right, in our previous episodes of this particular boot camp, we've already covered things such as a definition of what a short refinance is. So you know that short refinance is basically where you find new money, just like a traditional refinance, and pay off the old mortgage. However, you got to negotiate down the amount of the old mortgage. You also understand that time is of the essence, unlike a lot of things where people say, you got to rush around, you got to do this now. You really do have to take action now, because as soon as you start falling behind on payments, options for you start shrinking. So you understand that if you're not behind on payments, probably the best time in order to get started with the process. If you are behind on payments, it better be like really shortly after, possibly when you've just gone 30 days late or something like that. Okay, so today what we're going to be doing, we are going to talk about the two short refinance processes that are out there. I'm going to outline them for you so you have a better understanding of exactly where your banks are coming from, and I'm going to help you understand what they are thinking when you start applying for a short refinance. Okay, first we're going to kick it off with the first one, which is actually probably a little bit less common. This is called an aggressive loan modification. Now, I hate using the term loan modification. Reason being is banks and professionals in my industry use the term loan modification for just about everything under the sun. So when they say, hey, I'm going to call and apply for a loan modification, that could mean, hey, my interest rate went from an introductory rate of 6.5%, now it's at, adjusted up twice, it's at 10.5%. I'm going to try to apply for a loan modification to get that interest rate down. Or loan modification could be, hey, I lost my job temporarily, I was 2 months behind on payments, and I'm applying for a loan modification so those 2 months can be tacked out of the end of the loan. I can be brought current and keep on basically paying. Now I'm not going to be 60 days late anymore and continue to be 60 days late because I can't afford to catch up on the payments, the missed payments, but I can keep paying like normal going on forward from here because I have a new job. All of those types of things are loan modifications. That's not what I'm talking about when I talk about a loan modification. I'm talking about an aggressive loan modification or an in-house short refinance. In essence, same idea. You owe $150,000 on a house that might only be worth $100,000, and after all is said and done, you go from owing $150,000 to $100,000. Now, short, like I said, it's an in-house short refinance. The reason why it's a loan modification and not a traditional short refinance is because there's no new lender involved. None. It's all with the same lender. So you owe $150,000 with New Century. When all is said and done, you owe $100,000 with New Century. Okay, let's start thinking about what's going on in the bank's mind and why they go ahead and pursue these types of things. Obviously, basically it's kind of like blackmail, but it's not. You're pretty much holding a gun, usually not your own fault, it's because of what's going on in your life, but you're pretty much holding a gun to your bank's head and saying, look, if you don't work with me on this, house is going to foreclosure. Pretty good argument on your hand. You do have a lot of negotiation power on that because they don't want to take the house back. They really don't. So the thing that the bank would be thinking was, well, let's go ahead and get this all taken care of, but let's not lose this person as a customer. Let's go ahead and refinance down from 150 to 100. We'll just recast the terms, and you know what? Over time, as long as they keep paying, we'll make back all the money that we lost plus plenty in interest. So let's go ahead and take care of that. That's the idea behind an aggressive loan modification, and that's why those get done. Okay. So that is the first method, and that's why the bank will go ahead and do that. However, let's start thinking what they might also be going ahead and going down this train of thought. I don't know if I really want to do this. I mean, this person right here, I mean, we just don't have very much love anymore. You know, they kind of, we're losing $50,000 here. They've had this situation arise in their life, and they can't afford the house, and now they got to refinance, and the house isn't worth what it is. I'm losing 50 grand. And how do I know that 6-8 months down the line they're not going to come back to me with some other story, which might be valid, but I don't really care. I've already lost money and I don't want to lose any more. Why am I going to work with this person? I mean, it might be that this is an inevitable foreclosure. We're going to work with them now. A year later, it's going to be back in the foreclosure process and I'm going to have to deal with it then. I don't really like this idea. In fact, I would rather you short sale the house or I would rather have you short refinance and make your go away and be with a new lender, let them deal with you, or I'd rather take it to foreclosure because I just don't want to drag this relationship on anymore. There's no trust and no love between us anymore. So we are done working together. New Century and you, it was all good, but now we're done. Okay, so they may be thinking that. Very valid point. So a lot of banks have that line of thought, which is why you have the main short refinance method, which is where new funds are coming in to pay off old funds. So like we said in our example, $150,000 owed, house is worth $100,000, might be able to get 97 loan to value if you're not behind on payments or 30 days late, and the net to the bank is about 90 after all costs involved, something like that. And so from there, pretty much you are now in somebody else's camp, right? You're paying off New Century with a loan from Chase. Now Chase gets to deal with you if you have any problems in the future. And a lot of banks like that. Now, here's the thing. That being considered, not all of the banks are really thinking along this line. Really, right now, the only one who I know is actively pursuing this is GMAC. All the other banks kind of have to be led to this conclusion that we need to find a solution other than short sale or foreclosure. And we're going to talk about that in the next episode. All right, so pretty much let's wrap up and summarize what we learned here. One type of method, an in-house short refinance, also known as an aggressive loan modification, where principal amount of loan goes down, but you stay with the same lender. Method number two, same thing, principal amount goes from, like we said, 150 or wherever you're at down, but the new lender is coming in the picture to pick up the tab and give you the new funds. Those are your two methods of short refinance, and now you understand what the banks are thinking when considering these types of application. All right, let's wrap this up. Remember, if you are watching this on one of the dozen or so video sites that I distribute these videos to, and you are not on our priority list, make sure you stop by our main site, shortsaleshow.com, and go ahead and look up at the top left, enter your name, email, hit the submit button, and you will start getting priority email updates whenever new episodes are made available. All right, next time, like I said, we're going to actually be talking about the actual short refinance process, what's going to be going in from the beginning to the end. You'll know more about it than most people out there that are in the real estate or the mortgage profession after you watch that 10-minute video. It's going to be challenging to crush it all down into 10 minutes, but we will go ahead and see you next time on the Short Sale Show.